Probably so.
because I want to share the live out.
Okay.
Let me try that. Give me a minute.
All right. Welcome to the show. T Hill times two. I'm gonna be talking about what the trucking industry holds for 2025. You know, I think a lot of people are anxious with this new administration coming in. Uh, why I don't know, but what's up, Jerome? Uh, I don't know why they ready, to just hang everything on a new administration without none of the business basic things that you need in business. You know, let me bring him on. All right, you back? You back with us?
There we. Can you hear me? Because I don't have my
Yeah, I can
headset.
hear you.
Okay,
I can
what's
hear
up?
you. You know what that you know what happens when you do a stream without your headset, right?
I mean, it's right
You,
behind me if it ain't sounding
my,
good. I get it.
I can hear you, but you know
All
what
right.
happens. We already got the. See, we're gonna bring in 2025 again with the same mess that we talk about. You know what I'm saying? we talk about this mess.
I want to
And,
make the
and
same mistakes that I made this year. I want to make them next year, the same exact month.
you
I want
just
to.
keep doing that. Keep doing that. Just keep doing that. We're gonna make the same mistakes.
What up,
Okay,
Jerome?
we're gonna make the
So, what?
same mistakes.
So what's on the docket today, brother?
We're gonna just talk about the trucking industry for 2025. I think I titled it Super Ego 2025. You know,
Uh-huh.
these are companies that I think that's gonna be around because uh, the uh, the need the need for somebody to go somewhere and in hopes of a business that they're not aware of on how to run business. Trucking is a business, and what I'm seeing and I'm looking at other people's channels, people are using trucking for other things other than business. And so when you use it as a place to have employment, or a place to have shelter, or you know, a place to go and hide out, then that's what you're going to get. You're going to get companies that knows that's what you need. You know, when you've been jumping from company to company to company, and these good companies don't want to hire you, you're going to find that company. They're going to give you a shot, and you're going to say, "Well, yeah, I can go over there, and I'm going to get a shot." But you're not going to have any of the basics that you need in trucking. Half of these people don't know how to back up. Half of these people don't even know how to go forward in trucking. So it's to even have that conversation. I wanted to just bring in 2025. If you're going to do something great in 2025 with a new administration and all of that, you got to learn what you needed to be learning out of trucking school. Trucking school just gave you the basics just to pass the test. It didn't give you the knowledge that you really needed to be safe out here. So,
I get it.
what's up, Ghost?
What up,
Uh,
bro?
so I just kind of wanted to go live because as an older guy, man, I don't like typing in a chat. I don't like trying to come off and try to give my opinion when my opinion isn't three letters. You know what I mean? It's gonna be lengthy. It's gonna have some context to it. Uh, I want to bring you all the way back to why did you get your driver's license? You should know why.
Mhm.
Uh, if you got your driver's license because you had nothing else to do, and you don't want to progress, you don't want to know what you need to learn to keep you safe, then you're gonna be a somebody that's gonna be getting got in trucking. Do all companies do this? No, but the good companies, like I said, I watched the video, and they've been doing this for a while. The good companies don't have to advertise. They got drivers that will bring you in because these good drivers only want to work with other good drivers. They know people that can't do this job, so they won't bring you in. So they'll be like, "Nah, I don't think this person will work because this person." has been going from job to job to job, and it's always they don't want to work. It's a lot of work out here. Uh,
Mm.
People get in this business, they don't want to work. They feel like they're owner or boss, and they're watching social media, and they think that they can come in this business and not have to work. And that's far from the truth. If you own a truck, you work more than a person that doesn't own a truck. You're working 24/7, 365.
At least you better be, huh?
Yeah, and if you're not, you're going to know that your business is not going to be growing. You're going to be failing,
Mm.
right? You're going to go and do what a lot of truck drivers did when when freight got tight and slowed down. A lot of truck drivers parked their trucks and went to go work, and we call it Mr. Charlie, right?
Uh-huh.
Because that was their solution. Well, is that your solution if you're a business owner? If I own a restaurant and people quit coming, do I close my restaurant down and I go over here and I work for Wendy's or I go work for McDonald's until people started coming back to my place? I'm paying rent. I'm leasing the building. I'm paying for equipment. I'm paying for all this stuff to sit and because the freight is slow, nobody wants to drive a truck. Oh, the rate ain't good enough. Then you need to get out of this business and go do something else.
Mm.
What up, S125?
You said the richest, most successful owners don't drive. Yeah, that's true.
Right. so so what I've been seeing is people are out here and they like that comment. They want to become rich by not driving, but they don't know nothing about the business part of it.
Mm.
If you don't drive and you hire a driver and the driver call you and say, "Hey, the check engine light came on," what are you going to do? You're going to look up and say, "What's the closest TA or the closest mechanic?" And you're going to say, "Hey, take your truck over there." And then the driver going to say, "Hey, look, tell the owner of this truck that this thing costs 2 grand to fix, and I'm gonna give you 500,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm gonna give you 1,000, and you fix it. I'm gonna give you 1,000, and I'm gonna take 1,000." You're going to get screwed because you're gonna have a $2,000 bill, and whatever it costs was minimum, or it might have not needed fixing in the first place, and you would never know that because you didn't drive and you took somebody's word saying that something was wrong. This is why I talk about the ELD that I got. The ELD company that I use plugs into your computer, and when it does that, if the check engine light come on, your ELD light comes on the back side of things. People don't understand. So when the check engine light comes on, and you say, "Hey, the check engine light came on," I can see exactly when it came on. I can look at it and say, "Oh, it came on at 3 o'clock."
And you just calling me now.
Yeah, why you just calling me 2 days later about the check engine light?
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Then I can look in there. I can see what the code is. Oh, the
Right,
check
right.
engine light showed that you're low on coolant. Okay, you're low on
Mm.
oil. Hey, did you do your pre-trip today? Well, yeah, I did. Did you check the oil? Yeah, I checked the oil. Why is the light on? See, but as an owner, you can't tell nobody what you're doing because these people are going to just do a workaround on you.
Mm.
That's why they don't want the camera in the truck because they don't want you to see what they're doing in your truck. Oh, it's an invasion of privacy. Go buy your own truck. These trucks are expensive.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So when you start to do things to help your business, that's helping you in your business, and it's supposed to help the driver. But the driver isn't in the business of helping you. They just in the business of using your truck for whatever they need, to get from one part of the country to the other, and then get out your truck.
Right.
and say, "Oh, you ain't paying me. I'm gonna leave your truck in Florida." Wait a minute. See, so I would encourage anybody that's in this business to drive the truck. If you're not driving the truck, then you better be in the passenger seat, riding along, finding out what's really going on out here,
Mm-hmm.
or have ways to see what's going on. Put that camera in your truck. See the front side, see the back side, see the sides of what's going on. Drivers are hitting things and not telling nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And when they
Yeah.
do that, they risking the company. It's all risk.
Yeah.
So you're not going to bring a driver that then hit stuff and then tell nobody in New York, because that ain't going to do nothing but they're going to do the same bad things that those things that they're going to do are bad behaviors. They're going to keep doing them over and over and over again. And then they're going to say, "Oh, well, it wasn't nothing but a little scratch," but you didn't tell anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're calling us and telling us that it was, $5,000 worth of damage or whatever you hit. But we can't tell now because you kept going and you thought it wasn't anything.
They didn't report it or nothing like that.
They didn't report it at all. They didn't record it and report it or nothing. And if you have a camera, now your camera can catch it if it can, if it's in a spot where the camera is looking, and then they can say, "Oh yeah, yeah, you went over the curb, but you didn't hit anything." So now you can say, "Okay, yeah, you didn't hit anything."
So
But no,
let me ask, let me ask you this. So with that being said, you being a motor carrier, right?
mm,
Are are you trying to get drivers on? And if so, what do you do to try to offset that? To try to get these drivers to communicate with you about issues with the truck?
well, they gotta be right with themselves. Like some of these drivers are always trying to, we call it finesse. They're trying to finesse the trucking companies. Uh, they're trying to steal fuel. They're trying to do things where they're trying to benefit themselves and not the company because they don't plan to be here. So those that PSP score, your MVR score, we're going to run your background. We're going to see what's going on with you. We're just not going to bring you in because that's not how we do things. I don't I don't take freight from a broker without running the broker's background. Like those apps that have we call them click and goes. I like those apps because you give me the name of the shipper so I can go in and find out what's going on with that shipper.
Hmm.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? So we don't do things blindly out here, but when I see people doing that, I know they're not doing the business the best way. They
To
see a
protect.
load,
Yeah.
yeah, they just picking up and going. They're not understanding that it's all a business at the end of the day. I don't get paid because I pick up and drop a load. I get paid once that load pays my receivables.
Hmm.
So it might be 30, 45, 60 days before I get paid. And so that's considered like a slow pay for some
You don't
people.
you don't factor?
No. Mm-mm.
Now why not?
Because factoring is like a band-aid. Okay, you're putting band-aid over cancer. If you're factoring, all you're doing is grabbing the money that somebody's willing to pay you because you got to pay a percentage of it, and you're hoping that the factoring company gets paid, even on non-recourse, because they're going to say there's recourse and there's non-recourse. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if they don't get paid; they're coming back to you to get paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the people don't understand that. Like, so this is a business, and you got to understand the language that they're saying, because they will tell you, oh, it's non-recourse. We can't come back and get you. Yes, they can. They will.
Yeah, we know that don't mean nothing. Like, you know what
That
I'm
don't
saying?
mean anything. If they don't get paid and you're using them, right? Number one, you're giving them legal rights to your business. So when you sign the paperwork, you're giving them it's only gonna be one factoring company that can factor with you at a time. So you can't have six or
Most,
seven factoring companies. No, you
yeah,
only can use one
yeah,
factoring company. The other stuff is like a quick pay where you're gonna have somebody pay you quickly, but that's not factoring.
I got you.
Okay, so factoring, you're gonna turn your bills into them, and then they're gonna cut you a percentage of those bills for you to operate your business.
Mm-hmm. I said, what happened to time is money.
Time is always money. Uh, so you got to figure out how much time it's going to take you to do a load and drop it off so you can get paid. And people have been out here for so long, they don't know that. They don't know how long it takes you to drive from the East Coast to the West Coast. They don't know how many hours that is.
Well, let me ask you this: since you don't factor and you rather do it the old-fashioned way, you know, but you have to be able to float yourself in order to be able to do that, right?
Hmm.
If you're
Right.
living if you're living from load to load, you know what I'm saying? You got to factor. You can't afford to sit around 45 days and waiting, for an invoice to get paid. And, you got
Hmm.
fuel, you got expenses, from load to load. And I guess that's what's appealing to a lot of drivers that they can do that. Even if it's going to cost them 1.5%, 2%, or what have you. You know what I mean?
Right.
What do you
Well,
what that?
you're like I said, you're putting a band-aid on cancer because say you factor 6 loads this week, right?
Uh,
And when you factor those loads, you have an issue on one of them, meaning one of those companies didn't pay. It could be one company with one load. It could be one company with 2 or 3 loads that you done that didn't pay.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they're not they're they could turn around and say, hey, you know what? We're not factoring any more of these companies that you're dealing with. So how do you get work? You got to find a company that's gonna pay. You got to do that, not them. They're gonna probably have an app and it'll say, yeah, we give this person a rating or B rating or C rating. But ultimately, it doesn't matter if they have an A rating. It comes back down to you. That's your job is to find out who you doing business with. So I don't like that because they're going to get their money from you when they want to. They're going to come out and say, "Hey, you know what? We need our money. This company didn't pay us." So where you get that money at? If you barely floating your business, where you going to get the money at to pay these people back? The
yeah,
other
yeah.
thing is the
Yeah.
other thing is with a factoring company in business, you should be able, especially if you're a real boss. I know I could work with you, right? So my business, if you need me to pick a load up for you, DB, I can
Uh-huh.
call you up and say, hey, I want to do business with you. But if I'm factoring, I gotta ask my factoring company, can I do business with you? I can't tell my factoring company to do business with you. You see what I'm
Uh,
saying? Because
oh
I,
no, no.
I know you on a personal level. I'm telling the factoring company, factor this load.
Now, and now that's the part of that's the downside, in my opinion, of factoring. Well, two, you're giving up money, you're giving up control.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? To the example you just laid out. Now, S125, he disagreed. He said 30 to 90 days to get paid is costing money. I don't know how that's costing money. You explain us
I'll
how.
explain it real simple to him. How many trucks do he have and he been in business this long? How many trucks do you have S125 and you've been in business this long?
What up, Poe? Poe up in there. What up, man? Poe
What up?
woke
What
up.
up, Poe?
Poe woke
Poe,
up.
Poe, hey Poe, I'm in the truck today, man. So you know what that means. You know what that means. What do you say? Because I can barely see. I got the sun in my eyes.
I'll read it to you. Let's get there. He says, hold on. I guess he's got to catch up here. He said it's a business expense, and then he says if you hire if you hire accounts receivable, it will cost you more than that than the 5 to 10K you will spend in a year factoring. He said that's a whole job.
You only got one truck. You learning the business.
But if you hire accounts receivable, it will cost you more than 5 to 10K than it'll cost you a year of factoring. Who you paying? Who you paying that to? T Hill.
Yeah. I ain't paying
Receivable.
it to nobody. I'm paying it to myself because I'm learning the business.
You
Because
doing
it,
it
at the
yourself,
end
right?
of the day, I'm doing it myself because I'm
Okay.
learning the business. If I gotta go sue somebody, and I talked to Poe about this, if I gotta go sue one of these companies that don't pay me, I know what I need to do. These people
Yeah.
that you're hiring, they live way somewhere else. You don't know where they from,
Now
so
he
you
said
don't know who.
says here. He said because time is money. He said he has 3 trucks. So I guess that becomes a job for him. If you're operating 3 trucks, he don't. I guess the time that it's going to take him to do that. I guess that's what he's saying. That's offsetting what you're saying. You know what I mean? The money you're saving by not factoring, he's going to make that up by factoring because he's running 3 trucks. I guess that's what he said.
Okay, so he's using the money to grow his business.
See, this is why you should have went StreamYard because when people typing, stuff don't
Right.
translate. I
It
hate
ain't
that.
gonna translate. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's not. But like I said, I left my laptop at
You don't
home because I
you
just
don't
came out here. But
need a laptop to go StreamYard.
I know, but I mean, I be wanting to have full control and see everything and that. Remember, I told you, like, if I go StreamYard on my phone, I won't be able to see the comment section unless I had a different device, because I can't see it uh, on my phone.
Right. So let's see. All right, we got Theo in there. Theo said 250K at 3%. That's 75,000. We got Snore Toga in there. I like. What's up with the name change, Toga? What happened? You lost a bet? All right.
Hey, Toga, the Bengals are playing the Browns here in a little bit, man. So I ain't gonna keep you long. I know you're a Brown fan.
Yeah, he says. Poe says he's creating more expense.
I don't know what he mean by that.
That's
Who,
what I'm
who's
saying. Who? Yeah,
who's
who's creating?
creating more expense? Who's creating more expense?
Well, let
He's
me ask you.
using. Mm,
Let me ask you, T here. So if you're running a let's say a fleet, would you be would it be more feasible or whatever to factor? But being so you only running 1 truck, that's why you don't factor. Is that what I'm saying? So if you have multiple trucks, would it be does it make more sense to factor? I guess that's what I'm saying.
if if I came across a contract and they wanted me to add on trucks, then I have to look and see, is it easier for me to get that because you're doing it for capital right now. So is it easier with my credit score, my business credit score, to go out and get a truck to up my business because I got a contract? Is it better for me to do that, or is it better for me to factor 3 to 5 to 7% to get that money? And it's a band-aid, not knowing that at any time that source of water, that money can be turned off. If your factoring company calls you and say, hey, we went out of business, now you got to find another factoring company to factor them bills. Or if the company that you're doing business with don't pay them, they're going to turn you off. They're not going to factor no more of your loads because they got to get paid.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So you need to be able to float your own business at any time.
All
You
right,
got to
let's go.
float your own business.
So Poe said, okay, he was talking about, Poe said he's creating more expense. He's talking about the factoring fees. I guess he's talking to S125. All right,
Okay.
Toga. Okay, Toga said he was just having fun. That's what the name changed. S125 said your math is off. He's going back and forth with Theo about the
Okay.
2% of 225,000 is not 75,000. Okay. All right. He said that's what's that? That's almost a third. We're talking about 3%. K Jose, what up? What up, my boy? K
What
Jose
up?
up in
What
there.
up, K Jose? K Jose, man, listen. Get you a hammer and a flat blade screwdriver, brother. Cause when they put them little jinky locks on, man, you could bust that off, man, and get that trailer and get on down the road, man. We wanted to tell you that you did that live, man. You truck drivers, we don't sit like he said. Time is money, and if they left without taking that lock off, that's their problem. I wouldn't even told them that they left it on there. I would have just knocked it off. Them little red locks, man, you could buy them at Love's in the mechanics aisle over there. They
So
cheap.
let's get caught up. All right. So Poe got the math right on that. He said 7,500. All right. I think, and that's what I'm saying. So that could have been a typo on Theo's. I ain't,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's why I don't like the text. And that's
Right.
why go StreamYard, T Hill. Good God Almighty, man.
Oh
So
my goodness.
so somebody could tell you off to your damn face, man. You know what I mean? All right, so S125, he said, right. I said that originally, 5 to 10K. All right. And then he said,
Hmm.
at the factor of load. Then Poe said that's your maintenance for the year. Jaquan, what up? Jaquan in there, he's stepping
Yeah.
in. OG K Jose says, yeah, but you still needed that paperwork, but I got you. All right, that's what's up. All right, they just saying what's up to each other.
Okay.
So
What's up,
and
y'all?
you're going to when you start talking about things like this, it's going to be difference of opinions, right?
I
And
get it.
yeah, no,
I
and
get it.
this is good conversation. That's why forever how you run your business, you run it. Like anybody can do what they want. It's your business. If you feel as though you want to factor, factor. If you don't, you don't. Like it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Right? Somebody else
Hmm.
factors or don't factor. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I think because if you want factoring, we know you want your money quick. You know what I mean? Because you want to get those expenses paid out. But by getting the money quick, and we know you don't factor every load. We understand that, but by getting your money quick is cost you. It's almost like using a credit card, right? You're going to pay a little bit of something just to swipe the credit, just for the convenience, right? We'll
Right.
call it a convenience fee. You know what I'm saying? To
Hmm.
get your like that versus sitting and waiting for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, to each his own. Whatever you need to do to make
Yeah,
your
you
business
could you could do
go.
what you want to do, but like you were asking me my opinion on it, and like I
Yeah,
said, I was
yeah,
I
yeah.
was looking at it as risk. It's so much risk, and he got three trucks, so that means he got three drivers that's dependent on him on Friday for their settlement. We call it Settlement Friday, right? So he's waiting for his bills to go through factoring so that he can have the money to pay them so they could be okay,
Damn, you know
right?
what? Poe just put something down in the comment section. Poe said
Mhm.
factoring is worse than cash advance. So would you let me put a twist? Would you say that's similar to getting a cash advance?
It is, but a cash advance is they're going to get you on the back end. So they're going to give you a percentage of the load up front. But the factoring, they're just going to take their percentage out
Out.
once you get paid. So they're going to get they're going to
So
they're going to give you a
they're not
percentage
front,
out.
so they're not fronting you anything. So they're actually giving you your money. You know what I mean? Because it's your money. You did the work already.
Right. You
So it's
did
not
you did work already, but they gotta wait to get paid. So they're gonna do the waiting process for you. They're gonna wait 30 to 45 days to get paid. Now once
correct.
they don't get paid, they're going to do a chargeback. I don't know if you ever been in sales or anything like that, but like if you sold something
Absolutely.
and then the person brought it back, when they brought it back, that commission goes away. A little bit of that commission goes away because they didn't keep the item. They brought it back.
They didn't make the sale. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really make a sale, so that keeps them. profitable, because they're like, wait a minute, we didn't sell this item, so I can't give you, the money
Well,
that you were supposed to get.
I guess if you're kind of going back and forth with this, so since you don't factor, of course, you never had nothing get called back on you from a factoring company. So, and S, did you ever have any loads get called back from the factoring company on you that they didn't get paid? I don't know. I
Well,
guess.
I don't factor, but I had people not pay me. And
Right,
it would have
right.
been the same way with a it would have been the same way with a factoring company. Had they factored that load, they wouldn't have paid the factoring company, which they would have called me and said, "Hey, we didn't get paid from that company," which would have made me, again, like he's saying, time is money. Well, guess what? Now I either got to hire an attorney to deal with that, or I got to deal with that, which is the same thing. Is why do I need you to factor these loads when I can do what you're doing, and I can go credit check these companies? Because you got to credit check all these people. The factor company is credit checking the company that you're about to do business with. They're credit checking the broker you're about to do business with. So, as a business owner owning a truck, you should know who you're doing business with all the way through. And that's why I don't even talk about the broker transparency, because when you it's nothing wrong with broker transparency right now, the law as it stands. It's just, if I talk about it, you're going to give them ammunition on how to block you. That's why they're coming at you. That's why these companies want you to talk about broker transparency, because now they're going to see the angle on how to block you. It's no different than a football play. If you know this offensive guy is about to run a dig or a straight or a route or and turn, you're going to be ready for him. But if they never talk about it, they wouldn't know how you're going to play.
Hmm.
So I don't want to talk about that. I see you put something else down there.
Let's get,
Everybody
all right,
does. You probably catch me up.
I'll catch you up. He said the richest people on have passive income. They don't have active income. Business have to learn how to give those duties to other people. You mean delegating to other people to free up your time. All right, he said that was a typo. We know what he's saying. He said everybody. He
Right.
said everybody does it. Uh, you wait 90 days, then they say you don't have a clear bill. Then you have to wait another 90 days. He says it's a waste of time. You get all the money. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's
Nah,
that's that.
if you wait 90 days, if your contract, if you don't have factoring, right, and you wait 90 days, it's not going to be 90 days. First of all, your contract should be 30 days to 45 days, right? Now, unless you probably doing some federal work or something like that, but whatever your contract states, they're going to pay you in 30 to 45 days. Once you wait that 31st day, you already to sent them some payment letters, like if you miss your car payment. If you miss your car payment, that next day they're going to be sending you out a notice. If you miss your rent the first day after your due date on your rent, they're going to be sending you a letter to go ahead and take care of that. Now, if you don't take care of it, then there's steps that you got to follow so that you can get them to pay. If they're not going to pay, then there's the things that you need to do. If you factoring, it ain't gonna be no 90 days. You talking about you getting your money, but if you're factoring on that 30th day, the 31st day, they're gonna be sending them information to send them to pay and say, hey, you need to pay us. If they don't pay, they're going to send you back to the carrier a letter saying, hey, this company didn't pay us. We see this all the time. It could be a year later they're gonna say, "Hey man, we're not fooling with y'all because this company never paid us." So they're gonna take the money from you. You gotta pay these people.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So you still gotta do the work. So the time and the money that doesn't that doesn't equate to me because you don't know what the business is. You can hire somebody to do that, but you're not growing the business, because if you were, you would already not have to use factoring no more. You would have you a personal accountant working directly for you, because you wouldn't need factoring no more. You would have enough money coming in, being generated in, to float your business create your business going.
All right, let me try to catch you up.
All right.
We got that. Keep all the money. All right, Post talking to S125 about. He said the Post said the worst case scenario 35 days to get paid. All right, S125 said you never had people pay after 35 days. Yeah, I guess he's going back and forth with Post. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, shake
Yeah,
my head.
absolutely. I had people not pay after 45 days, but I had to take them. I had to go ahead and sue them. You know what I'm saying? And so I won. But this is the thing: all companies don't do that. Like you wouldn't have to wait a long time unless the company like went out of business, went bankrupt or something like that. Now I never had to do bankruptcy court, but I understand how it works. When bankruptcy court happens, everybody that's owed money got to stand in line.
Hmm,
Everybody that's owed money got to stand in line.
I got you. So he
He
says,
said that's incorrect. T Hill, shaking my
okay, so
head. In my opinion, that's incorrect. Listen, it's not about me being incorrect. It's you just taking it and you want something to fit in that box. These things never happen to you, and the money that you're generating by giving somebody 5%, you're not building your business. You're building somebody else's business. That's their factoring business. They are in business for themselves. You never once made your trucking company a real healthy trucking company. I cannot go to your trucking company and you got a female in the back doing your accounts receivables. You don't have salesmen that's going out knocking on doors getting freight. These are things that I'm trying to get you to understand. And I could listen, you can use that format, but at the end of the day, you got to make your business solid, real solid.
so he says, long story short, y'all happy with being a one-man show. And in my opinion, that's not growing the business.
We understand that. But you got to, before you can grow, you got to understand the business. You don't get in it because somebody on YouTube is doing something. Because we don't know exactly what they're doing behind the scenes. You guys don't know what I'm doing behind the scenes. You see me driving one truck and you're like, oh, okay. You don't have the knowledge. You don't know how to sue anybody. You don't know what I know. So, because YouTube is a place for entertainment. So people need to be entertained. Can I can I grow my company? Yeah, but I wouldn't do that with just the low board or nothing like that. I would have to go and get some direct freight to be able to do that. And we know what comes along with that. These people are not ready to compete. These shippers have the stronghold on us because there's people out here taking $250 loads. These loads pay over $1,000. So why would I get involved in that? Why would I bring in another truck driver to pay them 45 cents or 50 cents a mile, knowing that at any day they're going to be sitting waiting for a load? They're not going to get paid unless the wheels are turning. You're not earning. Why would I do that?
So you're saying you wouldn't try to grow a fleet on the load board.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I got you. Well,
He said y'all short, y'all happy with being a one man show. No, no,
yeah,
nobody's happy with being a one man show. We're 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 being profitable with what we're doing, and we're learning and looking at the things that are out here. Like like I said, when I came into this industry, you only needed $75,000 of insurance to do this. Now you
he
got to
said
have $1 million.
hustling backwards, T Hill. T Hill, you're hustling backwards, he said.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I guess I am. I guess I am. But how is hustling backwards when you see guys parking their trucks to go work for Mr. Charlie and I never did that? Is that hustling backwards?
He said, "All right, but good luck with doing everything. Y'all will be burnt out." Who's y'all?
Who is y'all? Who is
Yeah,
y'all?
who's y'all? Who's y'all?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Well, it sounds like S125 is lazy. Okay, he's a lazy person. He don't want to learn what he needs to learn in business, so he'll give those tasks to other people, and that's fine. If you come into a business and you don't know how to do something and you don't ask questions, that's you. Me, I'm gonna ask questions, and I'm gonna give you a good example on why.
He said, "It's on
He,
the rate how to build. It's not rocket science." And then he said, "Poe and T Hill, both of y'all lazy son bitches." I mean, he didn't say something.
I know. Hey, it can be on there. Ask him when the last time he read a contract from front to back and then um, took the contract and red line through it and sent it back to them.
All right,
When
let's
the
see what he
last
said.
time you took a contract, read it all out? Let me see. I don't even have one. I might have one in here.
All right, I'm about to
Nah,
send 125 the link and let him come up, and I go down. I don't know how I'm gonna send this to him.
I don't know.
He said, "Start confusing the people. It's called a Raycon."
What do you sign before the rate con? See, this is what I'm saying. He talking about I'm hustling backwards. No, you're hustling backwards by not giving the people all the information. Before the rate con, there's something that you sign before the rate con. Tell them to put that in there because we're not gonna confuse the people. You're right. What's
He
before the rate con?
can hear you.
Huh?
You want me to tell him? He can hear you.
Oh,
Got
I mean, okay.
him on the phone over here, like
Right.
you
There, yeah. A carrier packet. There we go. A carrier packet. So, how many times have you read a carrier packet, didn't like what you saw in it, X'd it out with a red marker and sent it back for them to initial it, and you go forward with your rate card? I don't want no dead space here, but
yeah, yeah,
most
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
time, these people don't do none of that. They read the rate con, they sign it, uh, they relinquish most of their rights
He
to
said,
all this stuff.
because it's all
And he said never. So you ain't doing business. You never did that before. So you don't know what the hell you're doing. If I'm hustling backwards, keep hustling forward. Because there's definitely things in those carrier packets that don't benefit a trucking company. And I'm telling you, if you call up Prime and the people
he,
that sign those things, they're gonna
he said
tell you.
he buys the carrier packet.
Uh,
He
he
said they're
said
not.
they're not revising a carrier. That's because you're not. You can't do it. He said they just won't sign you on.
Man,
See,
man. Hey, S, send me your hit me on the S and I'll fall down and you can get up.
man,
Hit,
he
hit me
he
on the
already said that he's never done that. That means he's not going to be able to do it because he's not in no position of negotiating. When you're negotiating, that's what negotiating means. In a position of ownership and you own a company, you can negotiate some things, but you don't have enough to negotiate with. You couldn't get past the first level with three
hold on,
trucks over at a three.
hold on, S. Don't do that, S. Come on, now, hell with that. I need you and T Hill to come up on
No,
here on
no,
Skype, man.
he can't. He got to pick his load up. You know this. He
Man, I need you know I love me some entertainment, man. Shit, I
he got to pick his load up. You know that. You know he got to pick that load up.
yeah, yeah.
He got to pick that load up because he has no language in his contract that lets him have a big enough window to do what he needs to do with his business. So he doesn't understand that. He's saying they won't leash you on. They won't let you get the freight. That's cool. That's because you're doing it the wrong way. I'm
He
not
said,
hustling backwards.
yeah, he said you don't want to talk to a guy like him to point out your BS. Uh-oh.
Right. And he never see my trucks, my truck and my trailers.
He said he had direct shippers. He said he had direct shippers. Do you? He
So
said he got direct shippers. Do you?
yes, yes, I have direct shippers. Yes, I do. Matter of fact, next month I'm gonna be hauling for my direct shipper again. So yes,
Mr. Two. He said
I've
Mr.
done the
Two
video.
Fifty out.
He said what?
He said Mr. 250 in, 250 out.
Right.
What up, Shake
You
World?
know what's up, Shape World? Where's my
She,
hammer?
what's a hammer?
Hammer.
She,
What's a hammer?
she mean
You
a
about to
wrench?
you about to do something to somebody? She said a hammer. You know what a hammer is? A hammer is what we call um I don't know. I don't know how to do that. I,
See if
I'm
you could
not a
touch.
I'm not a I
See
don't
if you
want to
could touch.
mess nothing up.
See, let me see. See if you could touch her name.
Let me see.
Yeah,
It
touch
said
touch her.
pin message. It said
Yeah,
pin
that,
message.
no, don't pin the message.
Okay.
You don't.
Well, I
You
can't do
don't.
nothing else. I don't. Yeah, it won't do nothing else.
All right.
That's why I'm saying I'll be wanting to be on my computer because on the computer I could.
Hey,
I think
listen,
I got more control.
listen. Tonight, when I get to work, when I get my ass to work tonight, uh,
I'll probably be asleep.
in the morning, I'm calling you and it's 125 up. Put
He said, I'm going to listen to your BS. Oh, my goodness.
I'm
Hey,
gonna get that.
S125,
Hey,
I ain't
Poe.
parked my truck and worked for Mr. Charlie.
Goddamn, me and Poe, we gonna be kicking back. We gonna be rolling after we get.
We just help it. Listen,
I need.
S125, I know he just getting down the road. He need this interaction to get him down the road
Oh yeah.
because there's no reason for him to be having them many trucks to be sitting over there listening to some of the stuff that he be listening to. You know what I'm
I
saying? There's no reason. You don't have time. He said time is money, so he'd rather pay somebody where he can go be lazy and give them that money. Ain't no way. I'm giving $7,500.
Give me 250 miles tonight. That's what I need.
Mm.
If they'll give me 250 miles tonight, well, I'll be happy.
we can get you that.
I
We
need.
can get you that.
I don't need 250 in, 250 out. Just give me 250 in.
we can get you down the road.
Just get me to the sun come up, and I got it from there. So,
Oh my goodness, yeah, we can get you.
hey,
We
but
can get you down the road.
this is good stuff, though, man. I like it, man. I want to encourage you, T Hill, to do more of this kind of stuff, man. But you're going to have to be able to bring people up like S120 and anybody else. So, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
we can hear the other side of the coin because,
Yeah,
like I said, he'll think these people aren't doing it because he don't see it. The reason why you don't see it is because people like myself that are out here actively working, we don't have time to be sitting on a panel BSing. We have no reason to. You need to learn the business and you need to learn where you need to go so that you don't be wasting your time. Like he said, time is money. That is correct. But when you hire a factoring company, and because we're gonna go back to that, when you hire a factoring company, they supposed to work in conjunction with you. But when, like I said, when those companies don't pay, they're gonna come back to you because ultimately you owe them because you hired them for a service. The service was to get your money right away so you could do whatever you want to do with it.
hmm Well, since you got
Shay put
super,
in there, stay away from no, no, Shay. Shay, we're not telling nobody to stay away from none of these companies. These companies are out here for a reason, and the reason might not be for what you are looking for. Some of these people need places to stay, and they got to go over there because that's what's going to give them what they're looking for.
Marco, shut up.
What up, Marks?
Yeah, yeah. He
He
said he
said I
could
could
walk.
walk into. Yeah, but you can't. Obviously, you can't because you're hiring a factoring company to do some work for you while you go to sleep. You can't do that. You You can't do that when you up here and you floating your own company.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying? These companies are going to use your contracts against you because in business, that's what you're going to be. Your business is going to take you to court.
well, uh, boy, I got a lot of work to do. I got to get these bachelor party invitations get ready to get sent out. I got some work to do because I got to drop this off at the post office when I leave out tonight. Get that going, so because it's going down, man. I want all y'all at the bachelor party. It's going down. My boy, tying the knot, man. He tying the knot, man. So I want y'all there, man.
Right. Keep tracking away with your goal. I see you. You know, eventually you're only gonna have passive income, right? But the good thing about it is, I would never say you're hustling backwards. You're hustling the way you want to hustle. And
Yeah.
but the good thing about it is he's driving the truck. So when he gets out of that truck, nobody can could do anything to him and say anything to him about the truck because he knows. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They told me I needed a new steering rack. I didn't need that. But I didn't trust them because I didn't bring it there for that. I brought it there for an inspection. I do my own inspection, but I wanted them to do the inspection so I could have the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went there, they said, "Oh yeah, we can't do your inspection because you need a steering rack." Ain't nothing wrong with my steering rack. But there go the games. These are the people that's trying to use you to get more money out of you. The truck driver, if you don't know no better, they're gonna tell you a price and you're not gonna be able to know.
Mm.
You're not going to know. And you need those three keys that we talk about, DB, to be successful out here. And that's relationship, location, and timing. Those are the three things that we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, people will call. They will call. But if they're in a quick rush, it might not be to their best advantages to be moving that freight. They're not
Hey, well,
ready yet.
hey, T Hill, I definitely enjoyed this, but my Eagles getting ready to play, man. It's 1 o'clock.
Oh yeah,
So
yo, yeah, yeah,
yeah, I got to get out of here. So y'all keep it up. Y'all keep at it, and
yeah. but but yeah, I appreciate y'all coming in. I'm here in the truck, doing my thing, doing my 1 2. You know, that's what we got to do out here. Yeah, S125. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. If it's working for you, keep doing it. Me personally, I don't factor. Uh, and like you said, for $250, you shouldn't be factoring for 250 in, 250 out. I don't have the link shape. I sent it to DB, and I don't have my other phone with me to hold on. It said I just sent it to you. I had to get off, and that's why I was trying to tell DB. Yeah, you can put the link in there. I sent it to her, but I had to get off to send it to her, not to join. What link you want? What link you looking for? Let's see what you saying, Toga. But I won't say no for the side hustle anyway. Hey, you gotta hustle. Click the link, Shape World. Toga, you crazy. Click that link, y'all. Get y'all up in here. Try to get some of these drivers down the road. Get y'all get y'all get y'all at least a half an hour outside of these crazy cities. I know if Harpo was on here, he'd be trying to get down the road. Oh, you can't? Okay. Gotta work for Mr. Charlie. I get it. Gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about the things that you're gonna do for 2025. These companies are out here. It's gonna be business as usual. Um, these people are gonna be out here looking for companies to go to. They're gonna say that they want to go to these companies because they want better pay. Better pay isn't gonna come in the trucking industry like that. You're gonna have to learn a different skill. You're either gonna have to learn how to strap and tarp. But if you're just doing dry van and reefer, you're gonna be amongst us sharks out here, you know. And hell, I just seen these people are not doing pre-trip, post-trips. They still don't know how to drive, flipping trucks. Um, it's it's not what you need to do. You don't need to be doing that. Learn these things, these basic things first. Get real good at them, and have uh, a good mind for yourself on when somebody's asking you to do something. You can say, "Yeah, I think I could do that," or "No, like, no, I'm not doing that." Sort of like you, Shay, when you say you didn't want to do hazmat. You got to get comfortable with it first. That's just don't do something just because you see everybody else. Everybody else is doing this stuff. I wouldn't do that because everybody else is doing it. I would do it because it's something that I truly want to do. Because when you do that, then you're gonna learn everything you need to learn, so you could be really good at it. I see some of these drivers are uh, they just gonna be going backwards. You going live later? What's gonna be your topic? You got to give us a topic to ride to. Yeah, yeah. What was he doing to make him flip his truck, K Jose? Was he eating? Was he on the phone? What was he doing when he flipped his truck? Because we talked about that. Are you a rookie in trucking if you flip your truck? That could be a title. Are you a rookie if you hit something in trucking? Because we had a young lady say she don't want to be called a rookie no more. So I don't know. Think he ran out of. out of air pressure. So he wasn't paying attention to his air pressure going down and the signal. Uh-oh. Don't get him in trouble. Yeah, if he flipped his truck, he already in trouble. What I'm trying to do is prevent other people from making the same mistake. Didn't you put that on your thing? Like um, a fool learns from their own mistakes. A wise person learns from others' mistakes. We're trying to get people to become wise, right? We're not trying to get them to become a fool. But that's what things do. But yeah, I don't see anything changing. I ain't heard no legislation being passed other than the president Elon Musk, trying to get his way, you know, with the people. How many of y'all know that Elon Musk is from Africa? So if he's from Africa, let me ask y'all this: who does he behold to? Americans or Africa? And if you were from another country, who would you behold to? That country or this country? Yeah, I see you, KOZ. You think he was going downhill, but he had to go up a hill if he's going down, right? So if he had to go down the hill, he was going up. So whatever he was doing going up, he should have known that he needed to go down the hill. But that's what we got to do. We gotta learn from mistakes that are being made, so that we don't keep making the same mistakes. Because I want to see everybody win out here. That's why we talk about it. Right. Yeah. Nobody knows except the investigators and the people that was there. You know. That's right, Toga. So, what country is he gonna behold to? Is he gonna behold to Canada? Is he gonna behold to United States? So, my question, and maybe I'm saying that the word behold, but if if Canada and the United States got into a fight, what is his flight like? Whose side he gonna take? Is he gonna take the Canadian side or is he gonna take the U.S. side? Right, but he just making the money, right? But he making money because it's global. X is global, right? He making money off of X. And I just want to figure out because if we got into it with Canada, whose side would he take? Because he's definitely greasing the palms of a lot of people in America, and he must want something. Because we don't give money away for free unless you're giving it to a factoring company. You know what I'm saying? We don't give money away for free unless you're giving it to somebody for a service. That service gotta do something for you. The factor company, they're gonna give you your money up front for 3, 5, 7, 8%. So he's passing money around because he can. So, but hopefully you guys and girls are getting down the road, staying safe. Um, Christmas is coming. Think about where you're gonna be at. Think about your safety. That's what's up, Toga. He said he's a two-faced animal. But think about if you pick up a load and it's got to be delivered on Thanksgiving Eve. Are they gonna be open? If they are, to what time? So that you don't get stuck someplace, especially if you're trying to go home for Christmas and be with your kids. Even if you're out on the road, make sure you check in and call your kids and tell them Merry Christmas. Even if you don't believe in Christmas, check in on your kids because they need to see you on days that are special. And they might not believe in Christmas, but they need to see you. And it'll give them something to remember. Um, it's hard trying to explain to people that are out here on the road because we got to get into our mode to be able to make it. We got to get into our driving mode to be able to make it. So uh, call your kids, send them something, and it don't have to be because of Christmas. It just be on GP. Talk to your kids. Be thankful. See them when you get to the crib. Even if they don't live with you, you know what I'm saying. Call them up. Say I want to see you. We got to do things differently for ourselves because trucking is very demanding, and the more a kid understands that, the less we'll have what I'm talking about in my title. That type of stuff go on. Well, you get taken advantage of really, really quick. So I'm gonna get off here, watch me some football, um, pre-trip my trailers so I can be ready to go. Something that you gotta do unless you're gonna pay somebody to do it. And me, I'd rather do it myself to make sure it's done right. And I ain't hating on the next man. I want everybody to be safe out here. You don't have to do it my way. You could do it your way. But whatever way you do it, make sure you do it and you get paid. Because, like S125 said, time is money. So, see y'all